Hey everyone, welcome back to Code of the Row. So in our last lesson we covered variables and data types. Today we're going to focus on strings, one of the most commonly used data types in Python. We'll learn how to work with them, manipulate them, and even combine them, so let's go ahead and dive right on in. So first, what is a string? A string in Python is a sequence of characters like letters, numbers, or symbols. Strings are written inside single or double quotes. So for example, I'll set this variable called name to Alice, and you'll see that it's in double quotes. And I'll create a variable called greeting, and I'll set this to hello world. So the variable name holds string Alice, and greeting holds hello world. Strings can be enclosed in either single quotes or double quotes, and both work the same way. One of the most useful things we can do with strings is combine them or concatenate them. So let's see how that works. So I'll create a variable called first name and set this to Alice. And then I'll create a variable called last name and set this to Smith. And now I'll set full name to be first name plus an empty space plus last name, like so. And now let's print out the full name. So now when I run python hello-world.py, it'll just print out Alice Smith, which is our full name. So we're simply using this plus operator, this plus symbol, to add the strings together. And we also include an empty space, just so there's a space between Alice and Smith. Another way to work with strings is by using f strings, which makes strings formatting easier and cleaner. So let me show you how. So I'll set name is equal to Alice and age is equal to 25. And then I want the greeting to be F, and then I'll open up my double quotes and write hello, my name is, and then in curly brackets, I'm going to use the variable name, and I am, and then another curly brackets that has age in it, years old. And now let's print out greeting like so. And it's simply going to print out, hello, my name is Alice, and I'm 25 years old. So notice the F before the quotes. This tells Python we're using an F string. Inside the curly braces, we can place variables or even expressions, and Python will automatically replace them with their values. So when we print greeting, it will say, hello, my name is Alice and I am 25 years old. So Python also comes with several string methods. These are functions that we can use to manipulate strings. Let's check out a few of the most common ones. So I'll just simply have a text and just write hello world like so. And now I'll use this hashtag symbol to create a comment and just write convert to uppercase. So I'll make a variable called upper text is equal to text dot upper with parentheses after, and let's print out the variable upper text. So when I run this, you're going to see that it converts our string up here, the hello world, to uppercase. And now I'm going to create one to convert to lowercase. So I'm going to call this variable lowercase is equal to text dot lower, and let's print out lower text. So now you'll see that the first one, upper text, prints out in all uppercase, and the lower text prints out in all lowercase. And now let's do one that will simply capitalize the first letter. So I'll do capitalized text is equal to text dot capitalize, like so. And let's print out capitalized text. So now when I run it, you'll see that the H in hello gets capitalized. And now let's replace part of a string. So I'm going to create a variable called new text, and it's going to be text.replace. And now for this, we need to pass in which string we're going to replace. So I'll replace the word world, and then the one we're going to add in is going to be Python. So now let's print out new text. So when I run this, now you'll see that it goes in order, and the last one is going to say hello Python instead of hello world. When we print these out, you can see the result of each method. So strings in Python are indexed, and this means that every character in a string has a position or index number. So the first character of an index is 0, the second character has an index of 1, and so on. So let's see how we can use this. So I'll just make a variable called text, which is going to be Python. And now let's access the first character. Create a variable called firstchar is equal to text. And then in these solid brackets, I'm just going to write the position of the letter that I want. So in this case, I'm going to do 0 to get the first letter. So now when I print the firstchar, it's simply just going to print out P because that's the first letter that we have in our text variable. And a quick way in order to access the last character, instead of simply just counting how many letters there are and so on, we can simply just do a lastchar is equal to text, and then in our brackets, we're just going to type in -1. So when I print out the lastchar, then I can simply just see that the -1 will print out the N, and the 0 will print out the P. And negative indexing starts from the end of the string. So this text -1 is called negative indexing, and this starts from the end of the string. So for example, I can also change this to -2 to simply just go 2 letters from the last, which will print out the O. Sometimes you'll just want to extract part of a string and not just one character. This is called slicing. So I'll create the text to be hello Python like so. And now I simply just want to slice from the index 0 to 4, and this will not include 5. So I'm just going to create a variable called slice text, and what this is going to do is just slice the text from 0 to 5 in this case. And now we're simply going to print slice text. And now once we print that out, we're going to only get the hello, which is going to print out the first 5 letters. So as you can see, our index is 0 for H, 1 for E, 2 for L, 3 for L, and 4 for the O. So this higher end will actually not include the 5th number. And now if we wanted to simply slice to the end, so I'll slice from the index 7 to the end. I'll just create a variable called slice text 2, and this will be equal to text and will start at 7, and I'll just put in a colon and no ending number. So it'll just go straight to the end. And now when I simply print slice text 2, like so, it's going to print hello for the first part, and then Python with the exclamation mark for the second part. When you want to include special characters like quotes or backslashes inside a string, you can use the backslash to escape them. So let's go ahead and explain the code. So for the top one, I'm going to include quotes inside a string. So I'll have quote is equal to he said, and then backslash quote, Python is awesome, and then another backslash quote, like so. And if I wanted to include the backslash in a string, then I can do something like the path is equal to C colon, and for this one, I'm going to type // and this // will actually only print slash once. So for example, I'll type in user // documents // file.txt. And now let's print these out. So I'm going to simply print out quote, and then I want to print out path. So when I go ahead and print these out, you'll see that he said Python is awesome in quotes in our strings due to that backslash quote. For the path, it'll print out C colon / user / documents, so on, even though we're doing a double slash here. And finally, if you want to create a string that spans multiple lines, you can use triple quotes. So I'll create a variable called multi-line string, and I'll just put triple quotes like so, and write this is a string that spans multiple lines. And now I'll just end it with triple quotes like so. And now when I go ahead and print it, it's going to print exactly like that in our command prompt. So this is a string that spans multiple lines, will be shown in our terminal. And that's it for today's lesson on working with strings in Python. Strings are incredibly powerful and you'll be using them in almost every Python program you write. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next video. Thanks for watching Code with Ro, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.